Welcome to the DSQ podcast with Blake Lawson and Dakota Reynolds.
Man, we haven't done this in like 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks later, everybody. 28 days. Wait.
No, that's a month. Oh, man.
It feels like 84 years.
It's been a while. Gene, hockey games, Comic Cons, holidays. We're in that weird week of, just to let everybody, really tell everybody where we're at. It is Sunday, December 29th. So,
Subtract from that what you will.
we're in that weird period where time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the official wrap of 2024 season.
This is your F1 wrapped.
You listened
did
to
your
the
people
Dutch
do?
National Anthem for not as many as you did last year.
It's like what? It's like 6-7 times?
Yep.
Plus the one time that we listened to it in the actual...
Yep, the
Grand Prix?
actual Dutch Grand Prix. Yep. But yeah, so this is the official end of season 1 for us. We will be talking about it, and that's the one thing why I bring up the date is, yes, we are aware of everything that has happened.
between now and the end of the actual season.
So, but we won't talk about it this episode. It's going to be, quote, and this is more just how it's classified on the actual Spotify or podcast players as bonus episodes throughout the off season. We're going to do wrap-ups every little bit of what has happened. So yeah, there's going to be a weird area where we might say certain things that canonically have not happened yet.
Yeah,
in
and
the
a
podcast
few of
feed.
my things on here maybe a little different than how things are now. But, you know, I made this slideshow that we're using for this like 2 weeks ago, so all of this is fresh from that time frame.
But don't worry, we will go off on everything in bonus episodes over the next 2 months because race week is only like 10 weeks away. So for 2025. But let's wrap up 2024 with our going over what our blind predictions were at the start of the season. We're doing it 2 weeks later and everybody else has already done their prediction wrap-ups. But this is definitely Blake's baby, so she'll be definitely taking most of it. Definitely taking lead on here. So
Let's go!
and I'll probably put the same slideshow unless there's anything on there that she doesn't want out in the video.
I don't think I necessarily do. I was
Yeah.
like, everything's pretty much... I think I explicitly made sure that everything was, like, kosher, wasn't going to, like, be any sort of, like, hey, I don't want this out there or anything. Specifically for that reason, just in case you wanted to use it for the actual thing.
Yep, which will go ahead and pop up on the screen right now. And there's our very high-quality profile pictures from our Discord. That's what we use, so it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Fun fact, I don't play Genshin Impact. All of my friends do, and that image came up, so I decided, you know what? That's my profile picture now. So I am not, well, I am a degenerate. I'm not that kind of degenerate.
I am a magical possum, so this is actually
That's
just
legitimately him. That's
Yep.
just a picture of Dakota.
a picture. Yep, that's just actually, yeah, that was taken right now, actually. Yep.
Also, our things are going to be color-coded, and I gave you blue because you're a boy,
Yep.
and I gave me pink because I'm a girl. And those are the boy and girl colors, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only colors that ever matter for that.
Yep.
Let's get into it.
I feel like
Fucking...
so our microphones are color-coded, like on the mixer panel and everything, so, but it's actually, I'm blue and you're green.
I'm green, yeah.
Even though we do have a neon pink stock tape color, so.
We do have a neon pink, but I like green, so...
Anyway, on to it.
Yeah. So I think I did this in the same order as the actual questions in the original episode. So hopefully that'll be the same. If not, it doesn't really matter because I've got the recap of the answers anyway. So first thing we asked, will we have a Chinese Grand Prix this year? As we know, we very much did, but that's spoilers for this slide specifically.
Yep.
Yeah. I said yes, and you also said yes,
Yep.
and yes, we did. We had a Chinese Grand Prix. It's the first one in years.
Yep.
Which was fun. It was a nice little race. Wasn't it a little chaotic race, if I do remember?
Maybe a little
Right.
bit. I
Just
think
a tiny
because
bit. It wasn't like
basically,
crazy, but
because it's been so long, it was basically a new track.
yeah, pretty
They
much.
never raced a spec on there.
There were
so.
a few racers who had actually raced that track, including one rookie, Fernando Alonso. But
Yep.
you know, but yeah, Chinese Grand Prix, fun
And
race.
It's been I guess we don't want to talk about the future, but it has been since extended to 2031. Despite there not being a Chinese driver on the grid.
You don't know that. We got an 11th
No,
team
true.
coming eventually.
Potentially 12th.
potentially 12th. We'll see. But yeah, Chinese Grand Prix, fun race. Next up was who'll be the first DNF during a race. And then I explained this as a 10 points for the correct driver and 5 points only if the driver you picked is only on the correct team. And I did say that sprints did count as a race. So, first DNF didn't come until the sprint race. That did count. I said Charles Leclerc because I thought pain. And I was correct, but just not for
Yes, there was still pain.
There was still pain this
specifically
year.
this pain.
There's a lot of pain. You said Valtteri Bottas. Again, also pain.
Yep.
Also pain, and not for that reason. Because your first DNF during a race, Pierre Gasly.
It's French.
It's French. I did color code these a little bit too, because I was like, oh, teams. I was like, smart me is smart. But yeah, Pierre Gasly. They did better than I thought he would this year, but you know what?
He was the good Alpine.
He was the good Alpine driver.
And didn't cause any damage unless you are one of the he broke his floor and whatever.
Wait, shut up.
Shut up.
All right.
I was like, this is great because I don't really remember anything I picked. So
No, that's fine. But yeah, I decided,
it's all surprise.
definitely be great to give a little recap of the answers and stuff. That helps everyone involved. That way you don't have to go and watch two things, and it will provide more engagement in this one.
Nice.
Next up, asked how many race winners we'll have. 10 points for how close your answer is to the correct answer, which I just labeled as a proximity-based point system. And I did, once again, count the sprints as a race. I went very bland and said we would have 5. You went a little bit more specific, and you said we will have 6, and we would have 2 bespoke race and sprint winners each, and 2 that would win both a race and a sprint. And I understood that listening the second time better than I did when we originally did it. Meaning, basically, 2 people win just races, 2 people win just sprints, and then 2 people win a race and a sprint. It was, in fact, 7. We had 7 race winners this year. That's so many race winners. That's encroaching on 50% of the grid. Well, 50% of the normal grid.
Yep.
And I did break it down. There were 4 bespoke race winners, 3 people that won both, and then 0 bespoke sprint winners. So, no special sprinty boys this year. Is what it is. I was like, the sprints are a little bit for show anyways, so.
Yeah, 100% for sure. Not enjoyable.
Not really. No. There's like 1 or 2 tracks where it's like, this is pretty fun. But other than that, nah. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. It was a bad idea. Get rid of them. Anyways. I also asked, will it rain during the Japanese Grand Prix? Of course, they moved the Grand Prix around, moved it to a slightly drier point in the season, that we were not getting absolute tsunamis during the middle of a race. And I did say that this was only for the race, not during practice or qualifying or anything like that. I said that it will not rain during the Japanese Grand Prix. You also said it would not rain during the Japanese Grand Prix. It, in fact, did not rain during the Japanese Grand Prix, so...
Something way the no faded on was very aggressive. No.
It's just because it's red, all right? Listen, Ferrari red is a very menacing part of their aura, all right? It's the only menacing part of their aura. All right, anyways. Also asked what team would have the most DNFs. I was thinking Sauber, because it's Sauber and their car's kind of a piece of shit. Sorry, Sauber. You said it would be Alpine, because Alpine's car was also kind of a piece of shit, and also their drivers are fucking chaotic.
Yep.
Especially one that won't be there next year. It was Williams, unfortunately. And I did bring my notebook along because I did want to at least go over these numbers very, very briefly. If I
Their
can
crashes were equal to points.
right section, you shut your whore mouth. Oh God, wow. Okay, so I forgot that I took so many tries to try to recount this and everything. but I think I just went off of the Wikipedia number or the F1 Wikipedia. I don't know. Oh, I went off of Wikipedia's number because the actual season count. So your least number of DNFs was McLaren with 1. Then it went to a number counting, a 5-way tie between Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Sauber, and Haas, all with 4. And then Alpine with 5. And then Red Bull with 6. Toro Rosso with 7. And then it's our boys Williams with 11.
That's what we call exponential.
Disappointing. I hate it. That one hurts. That one hurts quite a bit. But we moved through the pain on to the race with the first Red Bull DNF. I thought, take a couple to get into it, and said Saudi Arabia. Because, you know what? Checo's just gonna Checo. And you said...
It's a street race.
Australia!
Australia.
Because first race, it's gonna happen. Checo's gonna fucking crash.
Third race.
Oh, third race?
Yeah.
Okay.
Australia's first next
Sorry.
season.
Sorry. Had that the wrong way around. You
Third
said it's gonna be Australia, and it was Australia.
I figured they'd do the first couple and something would fuck up. That being said, didn't expect it to be Max in a break.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Max Verstappen doing it. It's like, okay, well, I guess. I mean, it counts. So, good on you for fucking sniping it. Next up, we had who will kick off silly season. Now then.
Thank God I said Lewis Hamilton moving to Ferrari before we even did this. Thank God. Ooh.
We all know the answer to this one at this point. And this one was fried before we even aired the first episode of this because it happened after we had already locked in our shit. And yeah, so that happened. But you know what? Regardless, we were like, 10 points for the correct driver, 5 points if your pick's on the same team, blah, 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 blah. I said it would be Sergio Perez because he would fucking dip straight out to another team because they don't want him anymore, and Yuki Tsunoda's going to take his place. And you said Logan Sargent. And did I put it right next? Yes, I sure did. You said, quote, he will be out for failing to score points by the summer break. And
it's close.
You were very close. It was Lewis Hamilton. Also, the colors on here are completely washed out because I did have them the correct colors.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, Chromecast does that.
Yeah, Chromecast is weird and dumb. I was like, your Dakota is very much a very Williams blue on there, or very something blue. It's not the right blue. This one's the actual it's like transcolor blue is the one that I have on here. Anyways, of note, Logan did get yoinked, not by the summer break.
One race after. And
Checo did leave, but that's outside the 2024 season, so we don't care. So yeah.
Yep.
Both of our predictions did technically end up
Lewis.
coming true. But thanks, Lewis. You fucked us over. After that, will Ferrari get a race win this year? And I was very hopeful and happy. And you were very hopeful and happy. And sure enough,
they sure did.
They sure did. 4, in fact. Let's go.
2 and 2?
Was it 2 and 2?
Because
it might have been, yeah.
I know Carlos. Did Carlos win? Maybe not.
I know Charles
Ferrari
won
got
Monaco.
The big 2, yeah, because he got Monaco and he got Monza, so he got the home races.
Yeah.
But, right now. Maybe not.
Besides the point. Well, next up, we've got will Russia lose/pull out for the end of the season? And I really wished I had gotten this one right. But you know what? We're where we're at. So, and I had said, quote, it will be marked by the checkered flag at Abu Dhabi's full race, because we were thinking about that towards the end. It was like, oh, well, the season's not over. Yeah, no, the season was over when that checkered flag flew. So
not that it mattered.
Not that it mattered, because probably won't be anytime soon. I definitely said yes, and you definitely said no, and it definitely was no, because fuck that.
Because big egos of tiny Russian men.
Anyways, moving on to a slightly
We
less
will not be
painful
invited
subject.
back to the Sochi Grand Prix if it ever happens.
That's fine. I do not give
Hopefully
a single
we
fuck.
won't. Or hopefully it won't be back.
I wouldn't be welcome anyways, so. Anyways, who won the Belgian Grand Prix? Spa. Yeah, I love Spa. Same thing as normal, 10 points, 5 points if it's the driver on the same team. I said Lando Norris. Little Lando Norris. Had a little spin there one year. Real fun. Almost died. You said Max Verstappen because, of course, that's the
an easy
obvious
win.
pick. Yeah, exactly. It was Lewis Hamilton.
Don't you mean it was George Russell? Oh, wait.
Definitely not. Some weight issues caused a difference on that. So, yikes. Sorry, George. Better luck next year. Lewis Hamilton. Next up, the couple of theme-specific ones. The highest-placing Spanish driver at the Spanish Grand Prix. Because we have two, and so there can only be one of two answers. So we have me saying Carlos Sainz, and we have you saying Fernando Alonso. So someone was getting points and someone wasn't on this one. It was me. It was Carlos Sainz. So happy for the man. There's your other your other win, by the way. So got that answered out. The one after that is for the British Grand Prix. British driver at the British Grand Prix. We went into this thinking, oh, there's going to be 3 British drivers that we can choose from. Fun fact, Ollie Behrman decides to hop in and throw his hat in the ring. So yeah, we had that little fun thing. And we were sitting there, I think, during the first race where he was there, we're like, what if he wins this? Or like, what if he wins the British Grand Prix or something? It's like, what if our entire shit is shot?
Also, FP1 driver for Williams during this race, some unknown Franco Colapinto.
Oh, well, dang. I hope he has a wonderful shot at F1 at some point.
Still FP1.
I said it was going to be George Russell, and I think I said, quote, I think I was smoking crack when I chose him, back whenever we first recorded this. And you chose Lando Norris because that's a much smarter pick. It was Lewis Hamilton. I feel like Lewis has shot so many of our picks this year.
Our season.
He really did. That's like 30 points on his own from things that we picked that he ended up doing different. He ended up taking the place of that just completely screwed our entire season. Oh, well. We love you, Lewis. I really hope you do well
still
at
our
Ferrari
favorite
next
British.
year.
Well,
right now?
I was like Ollie.
Right now, you're my favorite British driver. Next season, you will not be my favorite British driver until Ollie decides to be an asshole, and then you'll probably go back to it. Anyways, I do appreciate George though for like fucking completely destroying his race a year or two ago to go try and make sure Zhou was okay at the British Grand Prix. Because holy shit, dude. Anyways, next up was what will the Monaco podium look like? And I did this as 3 proximity points for each podium position and a bonus point if you absolutely snipe it. I said it would look as follows. Charles Leclerc in P1, Max Verstappen in P2, and Sergio Perez in P3 because Red Bull dominance. You can't go wrong with Red Bull dominance. You said Max Verstappen because honestly, safe bet. Chuck Leclerc and Fernando Alonso, which honestly,
he had such a good Monaco last year. I forgot that Aston Martin is a fucking tractor when I made these.
I mean, what can you do? What can you do? It's Aston. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. But the podium actually looked like Charles Leclerc in P1.
Son of a hairdresser.
He grew up in these stands. Charles Leclerc winning the Monaco Grand Prix. Love that for the guy. P2 was Oscar Piastri, the other Leclerc. And P3 was Arthur, the other. No, it was Carlos Sainz. Basically the honorary Leclerc at that point. Fun little Monaco podium.
You did nail the one.
I did nail the one, but I did not nail the entire thing. So sorry,
I
not
nail
sorry.
shit.
Sure did not. But that's fine. That's fine. Plenty of places for you to make up elseways. Next up, will all teams score at least 1 point?
Woo, this one's getting close.
It was a little dicey there for a little bit. I said, yeah, sure, it will happen. You said yes as well. Did I put the quotes first or did I put them afterwards? I put them afterwards. Yes, we did get all teams scoring at least 1 point. Thank you, Zhou Guan Yu, for fucking getting both of us points on that one. Holy shit. Notable quotes from that episode were, Alex will outscore Logan 3-1, which, to be fair, 3 times 0 is still 0.
Yeah.
And at least every team will have at least 1 point. Surely. Yeah, it almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I expected Sauber to not be great. I did not expect them to be that shit. Like, and the first part of the season really did not help
the
them.
first part of the season was just trying to make sure their fucking nut worked. They couldn't even work on upgrades of the car.
Yeah. First upgrade, fix wheel nut.
Have functioning fasteners.
Can't have sticky nuts. Because that was a quote during the season. Next up, we had how many Haas DNFs? And this was a proximity-based one.
You said
So
it was 5,
you know.
right? Earlier?
Do I know?
You said 5 earlier? We were talking about DNFs? I was trying to get ahead, but...
Oh yeah,
Don't worry.
no, you're good. I believe so, but anyways, just for the numbers' sake,
I'm just trying to jump ahead.
You're good. Trying to jump the gun. That's a false start. 5-second time penalty.
Unless you're Lando Norris.
Unless you're Lando Norris. I said that there were going to be 7 DNFs, and you said there were going to be 8 DNFs. There were, in fact, 4 DNFs.
Did not have a lot of hope.
No, it's like we based our numbers based off of last season, I believe. And
Or we're looking at the Mick Mazepin fucking...
It was rough. But this season was a lot better. And they did quite well. I'm glad for those two. I hope they have a successful season next... Oh, wait. I hope
10-second penalty.
Hulkenberg has a successful season next year. You were good. You were fun, Kevin Magnussen. I enjoyed having you on the grid.
Good luck in WEC.
Good luck in WEC, absolutely. That I feel like that might actually be a better spot for you. Get all your penalties out in one go.
The W in WEC stands for Wanker, so he'd be riding home.
I love you, K-Mag. Next up was the biggest shocking prediction, and it's 10 points if your prediction happened. And unfortunately, I think we both know that neither of our predictions happened.
Nope, sure didn't.
Because it's gonna be
Even in a next episode.
next episode.
Here's
Contain
the
the salt.
Chekhov's. Yep.
Put the salt back in the fucking shaker. Save it for next
We're
episode.
loading Chekhov's bazooka. We're just going to leave it on the table for next episode on this one, boys.
So, I said that Williams will return to the podium this year, and boy, they did not.
They sure did, the Destructors. P1, baby.
I hate this timeline. You said that Yuki Tsunoda will be on the podium while driving a Red Bull, filling in for Checo, who is sick. We both had way too much opium on this one. Neither one of those things happened. I don't think I put it on here. Both of our drivers' highest position, because we know it's not Logan, and we know it's not Franco. It might have been Frank. No, it was definitely not Franco. Both of our drivers' highest positions, P7. They did not pass P7. Yeah, that was a bust.
Hey, what was Liam's highest? Next episode.
Next episode. Oh man, this is a great preview for the next episode. You want to hear all this shit? You turn in because there's gonna be some
You better
venom.
here for this next episode. Yes.
Gonna be some heavy venom. All right, moving on from the venom. Last place, last race. This is the fun series of things because we're winding down to the end.
Also, the technicality. We got to get technical with this one.
We did have to get technical with this one. I had to go back and listen to how I worded this and everything. I did end up putting that first. So proximity based. So like how many races away you were, or how many positions your person was away from last place. Sprints do not count. Specifically said in the episode, sprints do not count. If Abu Dhabi was canceled for some reason, it would fall back to Qatar and so on, but we would not count the sprints in between them. Driver has to finish the race. If they DNF, but they classify, it does not count. And I'm really glad I added that in there because that really did come into play. So I said that it would be Esteban Ocon because duh, fucking Esti Vesti, gotta love him, but man, he's not very great. You said Kevin Magnussen because we love the guy, but man, not a great driver.
And we figured there'd be a couple DNFs.
Yeah,
so
definitely a few DNFs here and there. The last classified driver for Abu Dhabi was Liam Lawson. However, the last finishing driver was Kevin Magnussen. Liam did classify P17, but he did not finish the race. So
Esteban Ocon was not present.
No, he was not. I did not stand a chance on that one. 0 out of 0 points. So
rough.
Yeah, it happens. You know what?
Funny, if Liam did classify, both of the answers would have been null.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Liam won it.
We hate you, Liam. Yeah, I'll fucking move on from that. The
next we can only
award.
pump the next episode so much. There's too much promo.
Way too much promo. Time for the Overtake Award. I said, and I quote, "If it's not tracked, I'm not doing that stat work. Fuck you." Thankfully it was tracked, but not by F1. It was.
Thank you, Reddit.
Thank you, Reddit. It was, but not in the way that I thought that it would be, because I still thought the Overtake Award was going to be the same way that it was when it first premiered, and it definitely is not anymore. So, for the record, I said that it would be Daniel Ricciardo, because he's an okay racer. He'll start from the back, and then he'll make his way up to the points-paying positions. Because, I'm stupid. And then you said Alex Albon, because, again, same thing. He'll start from the back, he'll make his way up, because Williams might be a piece of shit in qualifying conditions, but it's great in race conditions. Turns out the exact opposite is true. It's great in qualifying, but it's shit in the race. So, there's two different results here.
Oh, okay.
So I did it one, which was the Crypto.com Overtake Award. Franco Colapinto won this for his overtake on Fernando Alonso at the United States Grand Prix. And if you would like to pull that up to watch that, you can just look up Overtake Award and pull it up there. It does have sound. I would probably turn that down just so we don't get fucking dinged for copyright over fucking Sky Media. But yeah, Franco Colapinto won the actual Crypto.com Overtake Award. So he won the Overtake Award, but not the actual Overtakes Award.
Yeah.
It's an overtake.
It's an overtake.
Completely negating the fact that fucking Alex Albon sniped two people at once in the Canadian Grand Prix.
In between, perfect thing.
I'm kind of salty about that one. If he had won the Crypto.com one, I would have 100% given that to you. But
He almost does track limits. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but
yeah,
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Yeah. Moving on to the second result. By actual overtakes, either Hamilton or Perez would have won. The data at the time that I looked at it, which was, I double-checked it before I did this slide. I saved this slide for last. It was incomplete. But as of Vegas, those are the two top contenders. So either one of those two would have won. We would not have even
probably
come close.
Hamilton.
It probably would have been Hamilton after all is said and done.
Although Checo did do some place making up, but yeah.
Well, I think
probably
Perez
Hamilton
was in first, but Hamilton would have been,
Yeah.
racing most of those races. So, but yeah, thank you to Reddit user Catching is One Thing, which I love your username, by the way. It's a great fucking reference.
I was like second best Formula One subreddit username regular.
Oh yeah, no. we love our coffee aficionado as well. I don't know if he'll ever get his stuff updated. He may get it updated. He's been kind of busy. Catching is One Thing, but we'll see. He may have updated it by then. I just haven't had a chance to look since I finished this. So, moving on from the Overtake Award to your Constructors Champion. This one's a pretty cut and dry thing, as well as the next one, because spoiler alert, it's going to be for the Drivers Champion. But yeah, for the Constructors Champion, I said Ferrari would make their comeback and finally win the Constructors Championship. You said Red Bull, because that's the smart choice. Honestly is. Too bad both of us were fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Fucking McLaren deciding to have the season of their lives and snag the Constructors Championship. But what you do have on the screen there are all three of the top three teams. So is what it is.
And fourth was distant and decided way before.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 or 5 races before where it was like, yeah, they're fourth place. They're done. Yeah. So that was fun. On to the Drivers' Championship. And this one, I don't know if I put the little stipulation as well, but it was definitely a 10 points for correct, 5 points if it's the same team sort of thing. Because, if you decided you wanted to pick Checo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said Max Verstappen, and you said Max Verstappen, and your winner and 4-time World Drivers Champion, Max Verstappen. Oh, Max, you need to change. You don't need to change your personality, but please stop winning. Please, I beg of you. Or go to Williams if you're going to keep winning.
Yeah.
Please.
Finally, what we wanted, the Carlos and Max teammate just in Williams instead of at Red Bull for some reason.
Oh, God. Yeah. Good job, Max. Proud of you. Here's to 2025. Yay. Eventually you'll get tired of it, right?
Probably. I think he's already tired of it.
Oh, yeah, no, he's
To an
already...
extent.
He's tired of the
already
FIA,
kinda
that's
done.
for sure. Fuck the FIA. Anyways.
Yeah.
On from that. Your totals, because that's it.
All right.
That's all the things. So yeah, this is what your points look like added with their numbers and stuff and the things.
Oh, I did get 2 from Monaco.
You did get 2. Yeah, you snagged someone close to their position. I think it was it wouldn't have been Max because I would have gotten Max
I
points as well.
I had Charles.
Oh, Charles,
second.
yeah, duh. You had him as second and it was first. Close enough. Those are your total numbers. 78 to 97, which means your winner is Dakota. Is there supposed to be an animation on this one? There it goes. Yay! Woo! Good sync there. The bitrate on that is god awful.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love it.
It'll probably look better in the actual edit because it's not streaming from a device.
Probably so. But yeah, that's the season as I slam my phone on the table. That is, I'm making all the noise right now. That is your 2024 season, your blind predictions. How you feel about it?
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, God, I almost want to know if we had a score of like 97 out of however many potential points, or the 78 over how many potential points. To know how off base we were.
Oh, of the how many potential points there could have been? It was 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that at the
So
beginning of the season to make
50.
sure it would have been, you could have gotten at most
yeah,
200
right.
points. So yeah.
So below 50.
Yeah.
So
The overtake thing I think was the one where I was like, oh, well, they do it different. If you got that one, I would have given you 3 points for it, which would have gotten you to 100. So, but yeah.
Well, all right. That's kind of it. I didn't think we were going to talk. We kind of talked about it a little bit. And Albie was like, I can't remember enough to say like if there was any good moments. Definitely more vitriol now than anything.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Definitely some sour notes from the end of the season, but you know what? That's fine.
Yep, that's it.
We'll get to that.
That I think, unless there's anything else you got for 2024.
That's it, man. That's it.
I think as a Williams fan, you're ready to let it go. I think a lot of us are just ready to let it go.
The one good thing that came out of Williams is, boy, all of those guys know how to make a car now.
Yeah.
Can build it from scratch in an hour with a box of parts in a cave.
Yep. Shipped halfway from across the world. Here's a box of stuff. Make a race car. And boy, did they most of the time. As there was a gunshot. Or something, I don't know. Probably fireworks. Because fireworks. Woohoo, it's the 29th fireworks. Woo, it's illegal because it's a residential area. Dicks. Anyway. There's our warm-up for next episode. Yep. It's been a good 2024 season. Well, it's been a season. Yeah, it was good. It's fine.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Definitely a lot of high tension towards the end.
Yep, we're seeing a lot of driver turnover, a lot of different kind of race. I mean, race calendars gets updated a little bit. Hey, we don't have 2 breaks this year.
Yeah. God, that was awful.
Yep. But yeah, hopefully next season's looking to be a good one with battles up top and a whole bunch of rookies to get some shit going. So,
last season before the reg changes.
mm-hmm.
So, that'll be fun.
So everybody abandoning by summer break.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I think that technically the thing is they can't work until when on the next one?
So the first, so like 3 days.
Oh, 3 days? Oh, yeah. Everyone's going to start working on that in 3 days. Like, all right, don't even worry about the 2025 car. Fucking Haas somehow wins the Constructors' Championship. They're like, what do we have to lose? We'll miss
Nothing.
a year on the 2026, and then we'll have the best car ever for 2027.
Yep, especially with that new Toyota collaboration. So, all right, you ready to wrap it on 2024?
Let's wrap it.
All right, that's it. Bye, 2024.
Bye.
Like we said, of course, coming up, we will have, again, bonus monthly, maybe a couple episodes, maybe a couple weeks. I don't know. We'll see.
Something
I
like
guess
that.
as stuff comes up, I mean, drivers kind of already set, so we'll talk about drivers, and we'll do all the preseason stuff. But as for the in-between, between Season 1 and Season 2, 24, 25, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you'll have the next episode will be me just going off on Red Bull. That's what the next episode is, so
It is
make
the
sure
Red Bull episode.
stay tuned for that. Yep, all right. Well, that'll probably be next year because obviously this is probably coming out on the 30th early, so happy new year.
Have a happy New Year. Be safe. Be responsible. Please don't drive drunk. Don't shoot off fireworks. Leave it to the professionals. You shoot off fireworks, you're going to scare veterans and pets. Fuck you. You're the worst type of person.
Yep.
But yeah.
Designated areas by professionals, not in the middle of your backyard in a neighborhood.
Exactly. But yeah, have a fun New Year. Hope to be excited talking about this stuff next year as well. Also, fucking topical news. R.I.P. to Jimmy
Yep.
Carter.
Yep, 100 years old, man. Long life, I guess. But who's going to build those houses now?
Us. That's the problem.
Yep. All right. Well, and then on that note, but, you know, new year, new you, new season. We'll see you when we see you, which is next week. When I bitch about Red Bull for 45 minutes.
Follow the pod everywhere at DSQ Pod. And follow the crew at Medic50 and at Goalie Cody 30.